Okay. Okay. What? Okay. Uh, yeah, let's do it. Hey guys, I'm back. Welcome to the Kraig Curtis Show once again. And you guys already know my name. I'm Kraig Curtis. And, it's been since February since we done a podcast together. So, I might be a little rusty, but that's okay. Hope you guys are having a good one out there, wherever you may are. And, before we get going here, I should try and get his script down, and I didn't have time to do it, so I had try and have ChatGPT make a script for me, and I want to talk about politics, obviously, and then a little bit of the NFL, a little bit of racing, some things that I'm interested in, obviously. So real quick, I don't know what ChatGPT is on. I might be on weed, crack, I have no idea, but so here we go for politics, and I have no idea how it came up like this. But apparently it thinks Joe Biden was reelected in 2024, beating out Ron DeSantis, who never ran for he ran for president, lost out in the primaries, and I don't know what AI was thinking. Voter turnout was approximately 61.4%, slightly down from 2020, which does not make sense at all. Does not make sense at all. And then it was just like going off Senate and stuff like that, and then for NFL, it thinks that Caleb Williams went number one to the Chicago Bears, and it thinks this was in 2025, but in reality, it was actually Cam Ward going number one to the Tennessee Titans, and I mean, he deserves that, but I have no idea where AI comes up with this. It also says Patriots move to draft Marvin Harrison Jr. and the Commanders trade for veteran QB Kyler Murray, which was kind of interesting. Free agency signings according to ChatGPT. Wide receiver T. Higgins signs with the Panthers. Chase Young signs with the Falcons, and I mean, at least he got this one right. Derrick Henry joined the Ravens on a short-term deal. I think it was a 2-year deal. I think this year is going to be his last year of his contract. I might be wrong, but I have no idea. And then let's look at NASCAR. Christopher Bell leads the standings, followed closely by William Byron and Kyle Larson. That is false, completely false. William Byron is leading the points by 56 points to Kyle Larson. Then third is Christopher Bell. I'll talk about later that on. It says that Chase Elliott won the 2025 Daytona 500. That is false. William Byron won the 2025 Daytona 500. Dirt scene. Yep. Kyle Larson, Bradstreet running basically high limit together, and Gio Scelzi, Tyler Courtney, Anthony Macri are the top drivers in the standings. That's completely false. Bradstreet and Tyler Courtney are in the standings, but Gio Scelzi is Outlaw. Anthony Macri is PA Posse. That is false. Knoxville Raceway's weekly program is underway. That is true. And Knoxville Nationals is set for August with a record purse expected, which is kind of true. I think this year it's going to be like around 185,000. I think the last couple of years have been 175,000. In other racing news, IndyCar tested hybrid tech at Barber Motorsports Park. True. Formula 1 heading to Miami U.S. Grand Prix. Mexico leading standings. As false. I believe Oscar Piastri is leading. Initial race celebrating its 75th anniversary with special events playing at. I have no idea if that's true. I guess that does not. So, real quick, don't trust ChatGPT. Everything's wrong on it. Do trust, though, are basically the actual newscasts, unless they're ABC, NBC, CNN, and other legacy media casts. Alright, so let's start here real quick with politics. Not from ChatGPT. Do not trust ChatGPT on actual news. I have no idea what the hell it's on. If you guys missed it, the podcast will be uploaded on iHeartRadio. Just search under Kraig Curtis. And if you want to respond to my comments that I've made about ChatGPT, if you want to defend it for some reason, there should be a mic on the app, a TalkBack app, so you can talk to me. I'll listen to it in the next episode of the Kraig Curtis Show. I will respond to you. Okay, so I don't have a script on me, but I do have some things to talk about. So let's talk about the tariffs real quick. The United States of America versus basically everyone. And so on April 2nd, Liberation Day, one of the best days in American history, in my opinion. We definitely wanted those tariffs to go out there to either equal or just slightly below what other countries are doing to us. And not for the people that are saying, well, that's not fair. It's not fair for us to basically just let these tariffs slide like they're nothing. Which is like what the Joe Biden and Kamala Harris administration did. Do you guys know that Canada had a 220% tariff on dairy products coming from the United States? That is ridiculous, in my opinion. And I don't know any other tariffs things. Again, I didn't script this out, so yeah. I mean, that's number one. And then people are bashing Trump again for basically golfing on weekends and stuff like that. Well, Joe Biden basically took over a year off while president relaxing on a beach. So, I mean, here's the thing real quick. I'll start on this. Democrats are going to try to make sure that the Republicans don't get things right, which we are getting things right. It's just the Democrats don't admit it. I mean, their president, actually, I don't know if it was even the president, the old man who was running this country, basically took, again, over a year on vacation, and then they just let illegal immigrants in, and now they're defending a guy who's supposedly from Maine, who's in El Salvador right now serving his time, and there's Democratic senators, including Maine, going down there and seeing if he's okay. Dude basically, like, assaulted his wife, didn't he? He's a bad guy. He's an MS-13 gang member. That's like basically having me go to Nico Jenkins. If you guys don't know who Nico Jenkins is, he's a really bad serial killer who killed probably 10 or 15 years ago, I think, a bunch of people. So if the Democratic senators think it's okay to go over to MS-13 gang members and help and see if they're okay and everything like that, I believe it's okay to go to a serial killer like Nico Jenkins and say, hey, are you doing well? Are you doing okay? I hope not. I really hope he gets the death penalty, to be honest with you. He's a bad person. And everyone who has killed, raped, or assaulted people are really bad people. Democrats don't understand that. That's the thing. A lot of Democrats don't understand it. And I really can't tell, like, if they're actually falling for this. If people actually support the Democrats still. How do you guys support them? How? I mean, first off, they're blaming Trump for the prices being raised and basically the economy being weak. Well, for the past 4 years under Biden, inflation went up 9%. And Democrats never, ever said, hey, it's our fault. We're going to try to fix it. They never tried to fix it. Yes, the economy went down a little bit. But, I mean, how much was gas? Like, back in January? Probably like $3.29. And then let me get egg prices up real quick. So, and before someone gets started me on eggs and blaming that on Donald Trump, that's not Donald Trump's fault. Basically, if you guys didn't know, where is it? Anyways, basically there was bird flu coming into chickens, and basically they had to kill the whole flock of chickens so then it doesn't go into other chickens. So, like, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris really didn't matter to that. They let slide, let egg prices go high. I think they were like up to like $3, I believe. So that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Not gonna lie. Here we go. So eggs on January 17th were $4.50. Then eggs on basically February 28th, which was President Trump's, was $5.59. And the Democrats were bashing Donald Trump for this. Bashing. And Donald Trump he was probably in office probably like a month and 8 days. But I mean, egg prices since have went down pretty low. I haven't checked recently, but they went down, I think, over 50% last time I heard. So, that is great news. And for all your egg lovers out there, you can buy eggs cheaply now. So, good. Sorry there, my throat was getting a little dry. But, I don't know. I mean, I don't understand Democrats. I just don't understand them. And what's worst part about it is that, like, AOC and Bernie Sanders, I'm going to talk about them now. They're going on travel, or they're campaigning across the country, basically stopping rich people to run their government, while, like, both AOC and Bernie Sanders are worth millions and millions of dollars. And then, not only that, they're asking you to donate money for them. And people do that. People are so stupid that they're actually donating money. And which doesn't really make sense to me, because, I mean, they already have enough money. They can go off and screw themselves if they want. I mean, I guess, in my opinion, it's stupid that what they're doing. Basically, they're not wanting rich people run the country, but rich people actually do run the country. Joe Biden's rich, Barack Obama's rich, George W. Bush is rich, every president is rich. So, I mean, their fight is not working. And then Chuck Schumer now is, like, basically defending the American people, which he's actually not. He's actually trying to get voters for, like, I mean, the 2026 mid-year election is coming up, I think, well over a year. But right now, Chuck Schumer is basically lying, saying that the American, like, Donald Trump has caused prices go up and everything, and that's not true. Joe Biden has done it. I mean, I lived through it. We all lived through it if you're an American. for the past 4 years. Now, things might calm down a little bit. Might take a while to calm things down, but when they do, it's gonna be great. Trust me. And you know, I didn't really buy things in 2017 through 2020 because I was younger. I think in 2020 I was 15, so I wasn't old enough to drive a car yet. I mean, I could drive a car with my dad, but I mean, that's about it. But anyways, yeah. And the economy then was great. We had stock markets up. We had, I think gas was like $1.79, if I'm not mistaken. So that's good. And then, yeah, the election was stolen, and real quick, yes, I do believe the election was stolen. I don't know how Joe Biden got 81 million votes. Think about that, 81 million votes. And yet, when Donald Trump only got 65,000 votes, Democrats were saying that, oh, that was stolen. In 2016, they were calling it Russian collusion, which was false. But then, when we say that Joe Biden's 81 million votes was cheating, we get arrested for that. People get arrested for election denying. And I'm basically denying the election right now. I think Joe Biden's election was completely false. I believe it was stolen from the American people. And I believe it was stolen from Donald Trump himself. So, yeah. That's my first opinion. I don't want to talk about politics anymore. I really don't. Again, I don't have a script in front of me, and I'll try on Thursday. I'll try to have a script in front of me. Hopefully, I have someone else to be talking to. And then, yeah, just we'll move on from there. So, I guess really NFL's gonna be talked about the most. I guess so. Last time I talked on this podcast, the Kraig Curtis show, we were talking about like how the Chiefs are doing good. I believe we're talking about the Huskers winning the Pinstripe Bowl against Boston and all that stuff. Well, a whole offseason and the Super Bowl has passed, and we figured out that the Chiefs basically got demolished by the Eagles 44-20, I believe. And I'm a Chiefs fan. I have like a DeAndre Hopkins jersey, Super Bowl one, right behind me somewhere. And I haven't touched it since. I wore it once, and that was the day after the game. So, first off, congrats Eagles. I really don't like you guys. You guys beat my Rams. Then you beat my Chiefs in the same year. Not back-to-back weeks, but like back-to-back games. But like there's one game in the middle of that separated both teams. But you beat us fair and square. You guys had a good team. Yeah. And then Chiefs fell on their ass and lost the Super Bowl. It was bad. And then I guess the offseason started, I think, in like March, and there was a scare of Xavier Worthy beating, like, I think assaulting his girlfriend, I believe, and that came out false, and it was actually Xavier Worthy's girlfriend assaulting him, and I think it's a whole mess. I think they're still figuring it out, and I'll give you guys updates more on that when I build my script for Thursday. But yeah, so that happened, and then like she re-signed Hollywood Brown, re-signed Kareem Hunt, and then Juju Smith-Schuster, and then we also got like a tackle, I think a left tackle, I believe, and running back, and I feel pretty confident about that. And then I think we signed some defensive player, and two defensive players, one defensive back from the Chargers, one from the Raiders, and I feel pretty confident for the Rams. We signed Devontae Adams. So I'm excited about that. And then we got rid of Cooper Kupp. He went to Seattle. Signed like a 3-year deal. Way too expensive. I don't know if he's gonna be good for them, but we'll see. And then looking at the rest of the NFL, I mean, I said this before. Cam Ward is the first overall pick in this year's draft, and then it was Travis Hunter, and then I can't remember who was third. And Shadir Saunders fell to 144th, and a lot of people were basically making fun of him, and honestly, I felt bad for him because, I mean, he's like, I'm not saying racism or anything. Cam Ward's black, and he got drafted first, but I mean, I think Deion Sanders had something to do with it, and same thing with, and same thing happened with Shiloh too. And it sucks for both of them. It really does suck for both. I feel like they're really good players. I think Shadir Saunders was a first-round pick, but yeah, the stuff that he learned from his dad was not good. So, I think he's easily the starter for the Browns, unless Dylan Gabriel has a hell of a offseason and becomes starter week 1, which I really doubt it. But it should be interesting. And then, yeah, I really don't have anything to talk about. I'm excited about where Ty Robinson is going with the the Eagles. And then I'm excited that Nash Hutchmaker and Thomas Fedoni have teams, Ravens and New York Giants, respectfully. So I'm excited about that. And go Big Red. Can't wait for next season's football. I think I'm going to the Michigan Husker game. I'm going to buy tickets to that. Hopefully, road deliveries soon to the game. So should be interesting. And that's all I want to talk about football. Time to go racing, I guess. Man, I don't know. I love racing. It's my favorite sport. My favorite thing overall. You guys don't see it, but I have wall art everywhere. I got a Kyle Larson poster right here. 2 Kyle Larson posters here. I got a bunch of Sprinker die-cast. And then I got like a little thing light up here saying Knoxville, Iowa weekend race forecast. 100% chance of Sprinker racing. And then I got Kyle Larson's midget from this year on the poster, 2 wing panels, and Jason Johnson's 2016 Knoxville Nationals car up there. You guys don't see it. Hopefully you guys will someday. Real quick, that sprint car right there means a lot to me. I've seen Jason Johnson race the 2016 Nationals in person, and it was the best sporting moment of my life. And shit, he just wanted to win that race in Forever 41. Anywho, I guess I'll start with Outlaw since we're talking about sprint car racing. Yeah, Dave Gravel smoking the field right now. He's been having a stretch of races not on the podium, which is good. But yeah, I'm happy right now. You know, Carson Macedo, Gio Scelzi, Donnie Schatz are stepping up. I know Donnie Schatz is still looking for his first one of the season with that new motor underneath the hood. After switching from Ford, I know they're looking for that first win, but I think Carson Macedo is showing that he is consistently up front. I think Rookie of the Years, I think this is one of the best rookie classes of the Outlaws in a long, long time. Obviously, you have Garrett Williamson, Cole Macedo, Chris Wyndham, Connor Morrell, Zach Hampton, I might be forgetting some drivers, Skylar G, and that's okay. And Chris Wyndham's leading the points, surprisingly, in that Jason Size 7S, and that's cool. I like Chris Wyndham. I think he deserves it. I can't wait to see him in person at Knoxville in a couple months. Hopefully he's at Eagle in a couple months as well for the High Limit Sprint Car Series. Now, we're going to talk about High Limit, and they're actually racing tomorrow in Texas, so I'm excited about that. Kyle Larson's racing and a bunch of other drivers. And I don't know who's going to win that. I think Rico looks strong. After what he did at Knoxville the last 2 weeks, my money's on Rico Abreu. I got his diecast right there of that car, the wine car, really badass car. So I think he's going to be really good that weekend. You can't count out Kyle Larson or Bradley as well. Corey Day, Christopher Bell's racing as well. There's a lot of drivers there too. And that's all I got to talk about sprint car racing NASCAR. Oh boy. This is the topic I want to talk about the most because I feel like it was on my mind a lot today, and it's because of their cars, the next gen cars. So if you don't know NASCAR has a new generation of cars that started back in 2022. It's called the next gen car. So basically, imagine like your street Mustang, like you find a Mustang on the street, a Dark Horse Mustang, or you find a Camaro or a Toyota Camry. You lower it, put one, swap out the wheels, put one lug nut wheels on it, add skirts. What I mean by skirts, I mean basically, how should I describe, like a piece of metal between the body and the pavement that basically helps the car stick to the ground. And then add a bigger motor into the car, add a splitter and spoiler, and basically that's the NASCAR next gen car, and also a underbody as well. And I don't know, if you can't put up good races at Bristol, Darlington, and Talladega, then yes, you messed up NASCAR in a bad way. You really messed up NASCAR in a bad way. So, NASCAR is running, I believe, 450 horsepower to 650 horsepower. I might be mistaken. I might research a little bit more about this. But that's not a lot of horsepower. Real quick, my first NASCAR Cup race was in 2016 at Kansas. Those cars were running at least 900 horsepower. And that's probably the best racing I've ever seen since, like, 2016, 2017, 2018 was basically the same three packages. In NASCAR, basically, I don't know what the hell NASCAR got in their mind. They were like, you know what? We're going to basically put restrictor plates on these engines. We want pack racing. Let's do it. And it was the worst type of racing like you ever seen. The cars will get single file, and basically you can't pass anyone. Can't. And people actually enjoyed it. They actually did. And then you bring the next gen car in with that diffuser. It's basically creating like a big bubble behind the car. So if you get close, it actually pushes the car behind, in front of you out more. And that happened with the Gen 6 car. I guess they don't learn their lessons. And now, here we are now talking about this. After bad races at Bristol, a short track, High Bank usually puts on fantastic racing. And basically, Kyle Larson led like 460 laps, I believe. 450, 460, somewhere around there. Won the race. And then Darlington, Lady in Black, basically where you have to like run inches off the wall, and you put out a bad race there. That's bad. The Talladega, the world's fastest racetrack, 200 miles an hour bump drafting, and people called it boring. Insane. That is really insane. NASCAR, if you're listening to this, what the hell's up with that? Go back to 900 horsepower, move the underplate of that car, shrink the spoiler size down to 2 inches, splitter to 1 inch, and run the damn car with 5 lug nuts on the wheels. I don't care if it's an action, I don't care if it's Gen 6, I don't care if it's the car tomorrow. Anything can produce better racing than this. Hell, I think any car produces better racing at the moment right now. Hell, even Formula 1. I mean, Formula 1 is basically the motorsports of the United States now. And they're not even in the United States for a majority of their races. I mean, they're racing in Miami this weekend, and I expect to have a really good turnout there. And I really hope everyone in Miami enjoys the weather, enjoys the races down there. But I mean, it's just like, it's bonkers. It's truly bonkers that NASCAR's not the premier sport in America anymore. It's not. It's simply not. And what's worse is that they're not going to improve it. They're not going to improve it. They're going to stick with that same car, same package, week in, week out, and they're going to suck ass racing this car. It's either you change the car next off season to make it better racing for the fans, for the drivers, or stick with that. Just stick with everything you have on the next gen car, and have the worst races next year. I believe NASCAR continues going this direction next year. I fully believe whoever starts on the pole of that race will lead every single lap, including the stage cautions, and win that race. I truly believe that. It's baffling that NASCAR is going this direction, and I'll explain more on Thursday. And yeah, I just want to get back in the feel of it with this of podcasting, and I know it feels weird not having someone else with me, just by myself. So thank you guys so much. If you love what you're listening to, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube and Twitch channel. I am live streaming this right now. Thank you to that one viewer who is viewing that. And then if you are listening on iHeart, Spotify, or any other podcast platform, follow, subscribe, or whatever podcast, or whatever your podcast page does. One of those two. And then my X profile is at Curtis Kraig 10. Go follow me there. I'm roasting Democrats mostly every time on there, unless I'm working. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in.